How's it going? Good morning. Bonjour. How are you? Man, I was totally gonna do like the, what is that movie where the lady crawls out of the TV, or not lady. I can't think of the name of that movie. But I saw some Halloween candy at the WalMarts, and I'm like, whoa, it's almost Halloween. Maybe if I was spooky. And then I was like, it's way too hot in here. I can't breathe. Because I was trying to set up the camera and I'm like, I can't see shit. And I was trying to do the one eye thing and I'm like, there's no depth perception. So then I parted so I could see. And then I thought of, what is that movie? Oh, I can't think of the movie now either. That one where the dude cuts his hair and then he has to wear a wig. This feels like I'm wearing a wig. This is hilarious. Oh, I was thinking like I can be like the dark-haired carrot top or the straight dark-haired carrot top, and I can have like props. So I feed the birds around here, and what was it? I don't know. The day before yesterday, maybe. I went down and I put some food out, and it's mostly for the crows. I like the crows, but lately there's been some other birds that are like, yeah, and I'm like feed the birds, and I'm like, see a feather, and then I'm like, oh, this is cool, and see another feather, and I'm like, oh, oh, those crows, they must, mm. So I picked up the feathers, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, but after close inspection, I think they're pigeon feathers or dove feathers. So I'm like, oh, oh, call me, I'll be two feather. Yeah, that'll be right. I can't do this. This is kind of. Let's see here. I have a pen thing for my pocket. There we go. Oh, oh, now I'm sacred. Now you must listen to me. I've been initiated into the ways of the of the pigeon. Call me two feather. Oh, I'm from the champion division. My hair actually bothers me. I generally keep it pulled back. Was I gonna talk about something or just be goofy? I don't know. Mm. I cleanse the space. I don't know. I watched the video last night and I was like, whoa, like it was like a time machine, and it brought me back to a time where I really didn't feel good about myself. Like I was really trying to find an answer to the solution of me. I thought I was broken and I needed to find me a fixer and somebody with the solution that would um, get me all fixed up. You know, someone would say that, you know, I'm wise enough, and you know, here's here's uh, here's a pipe. Oh yeah, I am gonna be using props, so BRB. Where is that? Oh, here it is. So I was able to move there without the use of a mobility aid, which I'm pretty happy about. So I went to a tobacco shop recently, and by recently I mean months ago. Now that I think about it, it's actually pretty crusty. And I was joking because I smoke cigarettes, and I'm trying to quit, kinda, I guess. But one of the tactics that I was gonna use was I was gonna smoke a pipe, you know, like buy a bag of tobacco, because I was buying loose tobacco and rolling it because it's cheaper, less expensive, you know, and I figured it would slow me down so I would smoke less. But I ended up going back to cigarettes. But anyway, uh, short story long, I bought a pipe and yes, damn, and you know, I don't know how clean this is. It's probably pretty filthy. But I was gonna be like, you know, what have you to tell me today? Birds in the wind. Oh. And I'm not gonna put this in my mouth because I haven't. This has been sitting over there. It's kind of crusty in here, so I want to wash my hands just touching it. It's kind of dusty. You can probably see a little cobweb on there. But I didn't enjoy it, you know, because it's such a huge bowl. It's massive. So like, pack a shitload of tobacco in there and try to, you know, get it burning okay. I understand there's like a break-in process, so I guess I probably haven't done that. Anywho, so I decided, even without this, I'm going to be a wise guy. I am going to be too pigeon feather and share all the wisdom and knowledge that I've learned. And some of the things that I've been learning recently is I'm fascinated with American Sign Language. Is it ASL? Sign? I don't know if it's backwards or forwards. And oh, what an interesting journey. I just love it. Love it. You know, I just want to learn all the signs, you know, because what I've learned has just been really expanding my mind. You know, I don't know my native language. I know some words. I can I can't even do the introduction off the top of my head. Like, I'm from here, and this is my clan, and you know, this is my Indian name, and you know, all that jazz. I used to know how to do that, but I even carried something in my wallet, so like if I forgot, I could read it. But I don't have my wallet on me. I'm wearing the comfy pants. Oh yeah, speaking of, it's still August and it's chilly. It's like cold. You know, so I'm wearing long underwear, long underwears. So just in case you wanted to see my underwear. Woo! That's right, I was being spiritual. Ooh. I watched this video last night that was talking about like God sent me a message, and then it was like 3 minutes long, and I was like, wow, that's pretty concise. You know, like, yeah, like, I mean, if you can boil down what the creator said in 3 minutes, I want to hear this. I checked it out, and it was like, the end is nigh. This is it. I got a message. He told me himself that it's over. That the time for repentance is done. You know, anything that you have out there that's you know, that you haven't been able, that you haven't repented for, you are going to be judged for that. And it was like, oh, what? And it was like, it's the end of the world, you know, I'm a chosen one, and I was chosen to tell you this, and, you know, it's the end. And then, you know, stuff like that, and then at the end of the video, it's just like, and send me some money. And I'm like, what? No, no, I don't think so. And I commented, like, I was like, because this brought up so much stuff for me, because there was a point in time where I believed all that. I believed the end was nigh, and, you know, and I was like, oh my goodness, can't you guys look around? Oh, don't you read the news, and don't you watch TV? Oh, it's in all the movies, and there. Yeah, so I'm really happy to be reminded of that time of my life, of like, you know, I'm watching these videos, and I watched one, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about spiritual psychosis. Like, oh man, you know, maybe that's what that was. I don't know. But it sure was not fun. It was scary. It was really scary to think, like, at, at any point in time, the sky is going to break open, and I'm going to be judged by all the awful things I've done in my life, and I'm just going to be eternally damned because I'm a heathen. You know, I haven't been baptized, and, you know, I can't truly carry that label, even though I've studied theology, and I've gone to Christian schools, and was an altar boy until they found out I wasn't baptized, and they told me that only you have to be baptized as a child to enter the kingdom of heaven. And I still persisted. I still, you know, I knew my way out of the res was through education, so I did what I could to fit in, and I adopted beliefs in that time, and I learned to hate myself. You know, I went through from third grade to 11th grade of Christian schooling, and it's been up and down, give and take, and it actually started even before third grade, because when I was living in Wyoming, I ended up going to Sunday school because it was like free babysitting daycare from my mom. So I got dropped off there, and I learned about this guy, and I learned about how wonderful he is and how loving he is, and that's the image that I carried in my heart about this loving and caring person who wanted people to love and care for themselves and other people. And that's who I thought he was until I started going to school, and I started seeing how I was being treated and how the high school that I went to was just like, you know, the church was massive, and just seeing the procession and the massive gold crosses and, you know, all this stuff, and passing out the basket, and, you know, like, seems like you got enough. Why don't you start spreading that around a little bit, you know? But that's a thing that came up for me. And yeah, so it hasn't been that long that I stopped um, trying to look for someone to come and save me. You know, I love one of the logos of a company. It's no one is coming. It's up to us. You know, I think so many people have been sitting back in their chosen status, being one of the elect, one of the few, you know, and it's done. I don't have to do anything, you know. I can maybe stock up on some preps, and then it's like, well, what is that? Like, what are you preparing for then? That you weren't chosen? That you're really, you're not one of the ones that are gonna be scooped up and not have to face any kind of persecution? Just, and all the stuff I've learned about the saints and how they were persecuted and brutalized over their faith, but you guys are above all of them, and you are not going to face anything, and you are not going to feel an ounce of pain, and you're just going to get scooped up and leave behind all your earthly possessions, and or are you taking them with you? I don't know. Rich man, eye of a needle, I don't know. But there's a lot of different ways to interpret that story. So, I don't know. There's so much more I want to say, but I'm looking at the time here and we're rolling up on 18 minutes, and I think that's about the capacity of my phone. So I upload a video and then I delete the one on my phone because I'm at max capacity. Just like I am with the fear mongering. Gotta stop that. Yeah, you're scaring people. You're scaring people. People are literally like afraid to leave their house and are afraid to like open up and talk to people and love people, and they think that everyone is a narcissist and they're gonna get them, and that they need to, you know, not love anymore. That's the opposite. That's the opposite of what I believe he was trying to teach. And I could be wrong. You know, maybe he was really secretly had this long-term plan of like a couple thousand years. I'm gonna come back and I'm just gonna decimate. You know, I'm gonna just annihilate and take over the whole world. You know, maybe it was a long-term world domination thing, and it wasn't about love. Something to consider. It's just a theory. What do you think? I don't know. Or do I? Have a wonderful day. Love you.